Hey there team, and welcome to the last battle that I'm going to be recording for 0.97. I don't think this will be the last one that gets released. I think, sorry about cracking my knuckles, I don't know if people like that sound too much or not, but hey, I've got one that probably is coming out tomorrow, but this might be the last one that gets released. It's from WK, so that's quite an honour, I suppose, and it is a battle that I'm definitely keen for, as it's Arthedain versus Cardolan. I love this sort of stuff. When you do have, I suppose you can develop some sort of theme around it, whatever you sort of want. It's kind of tough to describe it in the dry lake bed of the far south, but hey, you know, we can make something up with that in terms of some sort of expedition that has gone wrong. I like the Arthedain men-at-arms, double armor. Actually, sorry, this is single armor. This is one level of armor upgrade. Chainmail face, nice looking dude there. And yeah, this is just one level of armor upgrade, I'm sure of that. Behind them, they've got the Arthedain marksman and then the Evendim archers. Tried to say Evendim and Arthedain at the same time, so that goofed me. Mounted company in the back here. No armor upgrades for them. I actually don't know if they can receive an armor upgrade. I don't take them, I'm afraid. I don't play Arthedain too much, in all honesty. Dismounted Forest Era Knights, Dismounted Knights of Númenórean, and more Dismounted Forest Era Knights. So pretty damn solid. The initial thing that's I know is going to be a bit of an issue. Oh, sorry, Peacekeeper's over on the side here. Initial thing that I'm a bit scared of is the lack of AP here, up against another heavily armored faction. Cardolan is arguably a bit more armored than Arthedain is. So he's up against Danime Gamer? Ex-Danime Gamer? Or I think it's probably XD Anime Gamer is what it's meant to be. But anyway, so he's got his Tharbad Riders, love Tharbad Riders. Minheriath Archers, definitely got the armor to withstand a lot of the Arthedain fire. Behind them, civilians, a lot of civilians, and Greenway Garrison Footmen, Tharbad Warhammers, Minheriath Spears, Sharpshooters, more Garrison Footmen, Dunedain Commanders. Okay, cool. Mounted Company going toe-to-toe with the Commanders. The Mounted Company should be victorious there. Minheriath Men-at-Arms behind them. Ballista has been brought today, and the Mercenary Cavalry. Okay, cool. Yeah, because what I was initially worried about, because this is only a 12,000 frame, I'll just talk for a minute more. What I was initially worried about was generally the excess of like heavy armored units from like Cardolan, all the Minheriath forces, and I was really worried there was going to be lots. Oh, there's 2 units of sharpshooters here. Okay, but no gatekeepers. That's at least something to take some comfort in. So we definitely need to worry about these sharpshooters. Maybe need to lance them down, but Mounted Company aren't great at that, you know. But we'll see. We will see. Oh, Forest Air Defenders on the flank too. Cool. So we'll get into it. Dry Lake Bed's a fun little map. It used to get played all the dang time, but in 0.97 you don't see it as much as you used to. So I like that. Oh, and it's an evening battle again, which is always fun for me. A lot of archers from WK. As long as WK doesn't get suckered in by like just firing into the civilians, you want to be mincing the Greenway Garrison Footmen, especially since we don't have pikes on the Arthedain side. Civilians rushing on forward here just to soak up fire and attract attention, while the ballista, while the crossbows, no doubt in a moment, everything opens up onto WK's line. Oh yeah, I would be going for the Knights of Númenórean. Maybe I was going for the Cav, and it was just a bit delayed. But hey, to be honest, the Arthedain marksman could probably just mince through those civilians in melee. But I would want to send forward a men-at-arms just to like gut them quite quickly. This is surprising. I would have thought Cardolan was going to be more passive here, more defensive. But it seems that he's actually wanting to go for it. He's wanting to make use of this civilian charge. Yeah. WK is opening fire on them. Oh, he's actually killing them real fast. Well, yeah, okay, maybe it's not such a bad idea. I would be tempted for fire arrows, maybe. But hey, and then just mincing them, yeah. You see this a lot of the time with civilians, where people do just sort of send them forward maybe a little bit too early. At the end of the day, that's 300 coins used up. Now, that's not a game-losing amount of money, But still, you know, that could have been something. That could have been a unit. Got a good clash here with the men-at-arms versus the garrison footmen. The garrison footmen will win that if they're allowed to make it just stay as a face-on-face, well, like face-to-face battle. But with all these archers here, it's going to be very easy for WK to just blast the hell out of these garrison footmen. Commanders appearing now, ready to go toe-to-toe with some cav. That'd be a nice little battle if we got to see that. Tharbad Riders charging on in. Evendom Spears standing in their way. Tharbad Riders, as much as I love them, let's slow it on down a bit, because this is going to go pretty fast, I think. As much as I love the Tharbad Riders, they don't have the heavy armor. Well, they've got decent armor, but they're not as sturdy as knights and so on. So you can't really get away with charging a unit of spears like this. I wouldn't have done that, and I think they're about to break. Their morale isn't so great. So maybe a bit of a misstep, but it's holding back this swarm right now, this flanking force, which is allowing Cardolan to have a proper frontline engagement, which I think is even going to be benefiting them. This surprises me. Why are you guys having defeat? I guess it's just the armored advantage that the Arthedain men-at-arms have, and the low damage from those pikes. They're just struggling to get through it, and once the defenders get around them, that's going to be a break. You've really got to be careful about the morale of these guys. And I think we're going to get a charge into the front of the Forest Arid Knights. And we saw how quickly the Evendom Spears minced through the Tharbad Riders. We're going to be seeing that in hyperspeed with the Forest Arid Defenders. Some footmen here clashing once again with the spears, but WK is doing the right thing by just balling up like this and pushing through. Even if you're not in shield wall, you just get through them and start mincing them in amongst them, and that will dissolve a unit of pikes. Where are these men-at-arms? We need... the Menherath men-at-arms are charging in now. We really needed this to come in together, though. We needed a more united push. Oh, that's quite a nice little look there with the... Yeah, I like that. We'll probably stick or something like that. So yeah, the men-at-arms are just withstanding that. The Menherath men-at-arms are going to be changing that situation. These Dunedin commanders need to get the hell out. They sort of were just charged in and left there. They are arguably... they're spear cavalry. They're not really melee cav. They can't really survive for too long. Dunedin Mounted Company here have been absolutely eviscerated by the sharpshooters. But if all of this... it doesn't really matter if Cardolan loses on the front line, as long as Cardolan gets all of their ammunition spent with their crossbows. And because of how they've kind of had this engagement go, WK doesn't have anything freed up to deal with them. Mercenary cavalry at the back here. Is this where he's got his general? Why are we saving the mercenary cavalry then, I wonder? Tharbad Warhammers as well. They're not going to have... that's where the general is, okay. And the cool thing is, since he's part of that unit, his little sword will have AP. It's a mono sword, I suppose. But once again, sort of charging into units that have a bit of a counter to it. Bandits here, that's cool, nice. Wait, yeah, okay, cool. Confused me for a second. These the bandits of Cardolan they've got the old bandit model, whereas the bandits from the Shires, they seem darker. Maybe I'm just going insane, but I think that's the case. Cool. Oh well, I love bandits. They're a lot of fun, and popping up like that, they'll kill a few of these Dunedin Mounted Company. Forcing them to fall back like that so they can't just sort of mince their way through the Tharbad Riders. These garrison footmen are going to do their best, but they're just outmatched here. How about the guys to their side? Doing a little bit better up against the militia, but they've just been entirely broken in half. This is kind of cool. You don't really see this too often when a pike unit has this much of a break in it. But bandits are coming forward now. And as long as they get to use their javelins, you don't really want to use your javelins up against Evendom Spears, but they might be out of ammunition. I think they're being thrown forward in melee. Yeah. Okay, cool. That'll be a nice little clash. That's, yeah, definitely sort of bandits versus the militia little matchup. This would be a very common battle, I suppose. More of a very small scale battles, but it's something that would happen. Arthedain men-at-arms actually having a good scrap up against the Menherath. Even with that one level of armor upgrade, I'm pretty sure the Menherath men-at-arms have a substantial armor bonus over the Arthedain guys. But I think the Arthedain guys are just generally better, and the morale that the Arthedain men-at-arms have is going to be carrying them through that. Some spears coming in to provide a bit more support. you need to be getting some sharpshooter fire right onto this flank. I know that their shields are going to be coming into effect, but yeah, it's good in close range. And victory is certain for these guys. Well done. A bit more of an organised confrontation here as the swords are beating the spears of the Forest Iron defenders. Númenórean commanders coming around here. And still with 23. There's not anything over there. Nope, nope. Thought there might have been another unit hiding on over, but I think it's just routing off. Yeah, definitely want to stop them from firing, so if these Númenórean commanders could even just get themselves lodged into that fight, that could be good. They are spear cav at the end of the day, so they do have a bit of a charge on them. And you want to be using that. Ballista is still in play, but it seems to be going for the archers. You really... I would be targeting... Once again, I'd be targeting here, because this could be like 2 good shots for the ballista. You know, mission complete. You'll kill a real heap of them. But I guess he just doesn't want to risk friendly fire, but the ballista's a lot more accurate than it used to be. Tharbad Warhammers here, going to be cracking their way through the dismounted Forest Iron Knights. I'm not really a fan of the dismounted Forest Iron Knights, or human swordmasters in general. The only one I really like is the Swordmasters of Eskarolth, so this is beyond them here. But they'll hold them in place for a while. And wherever these Tharbad Warhammers are, I suspect Cardolan's going to be having victory. Just the same as these Dismounted Knights of Annúminas. I really hope we do get to see those 2 units go toe-to-toe. But this unit here, they did very well for the really crappy situation they were in. So they've, I don't blame them for breaking, and this one's going to be following them shortly. As a quick rear charge should break them, and that'll be an absolute massacre because they'll have them totally surrounded, and that'll just be them captured. I'd like to think that these guys are going to be capturing each other. They're not just going to be butchering each other as they run. But no, bandits here. So their class is missile, but I've not seen any of them throwing javelins.
They have lost half their men.
Oh wait, I know. But see, these are just maybe the captains of the unit. Hard to say. We'll try and watch out for them. Tharbad Riders, they're still active, but getting cut to pieces with by the Peacekeepers. I'm surprised their morale is held up and they've not just routed off the field. Good little charge there, but I think they might have been charging through them. I think they were caught up in that charge. But no, if you get they're routing. If they could have come in for a rear charge against the Dismounted Knights of Annúminas, that really could have swayed things, I think. You can see the sort of stubborn nature of Cardolan. Like, they've kind of been getting, you know, I don't want to say outplayed, but they've been getting put into some dodgy scenarios, but just their heavy armor has held out quite nicely. And, oh, they're only just a little bit behind. As the Tharbad Warhammers, continue to butcher the Forest Iron Knights, or Dismounted Forest Iron Knights. Over here, slicing through some more Evandom archers. Just sort of got them caught. Is I think Arthedain as a whole is out of ammunition. Oh wait, so they were definitely javelins. Yep, good. Okay, that's that confirmed. So yeah, they must just have the lighter tool, and that's kind of nice. I like the original sort of bandit model. The darker one that the hobbits get and so on, is cool, but I'm glad that the lighter one is still in the game. Men at arms here going toe to toe with the sharpshooters have had to come forward now, and keep in mind as well, I didn't actually think of that. The maces of the sharpshooters are going to be making light work of some of these guys, who once again rely on their armor. These sharpshooters here have been used a little bit more conservatively, it seems. So they've still got some ammunition, and they'll be bashing into the Evandom archers, no doubt. I'd bring these Númenórean commanders around and just break that unit, just to free them up so that they can try and use up what's left of their ammo, because you're gonna need to. Yeah, it seems like really the left flank, or well, from Cardolan's side, the left flank is where he's got control, and WK's got more control on his own left flank. Whereas the centre, oh shoot, the centre's going the way of Cardolan as well. It was going pretty bad for Cardolan for a while. Are we getting what? Whoa, okay, good. He's using this nicely now. Ballista's just tearing through the Númenórean Peacekeepers. Tharbad Warhammers there, still fighting. The Númenórean Peacekeepers will be another story. They're not going to be able to beat them down too easy, but, well, actually, they were able to beat down the Dismounted Knights of Annúminas quite nicely. So, yeah, shouldn't be too bad for them. We really need the... Sorry, not the Dismounted Knights of Annúminas, the Dismounted Forest Iron Knights. Yeah, Dismounted Knights of Númenórean are slicing through some bandits here, but we really need that ballista shut down. It's doing a lot of damage, and oh wow, that was a hell of a hit. And it could very easily, like if I was it, I would be turned around and shooting the Dismounted Knights of Númenórean, because they really are WK's major play now. Marksman coming into the back of this formation now, okay. And victory is swayed back in the side of Arthedain. So that's, okay. What's going on over here? Men at Arms actually standing their ground quite nicely. Okay, so where I thought Cardolan was the strongest, they've started to buckle. Sharpshooters still rattling in though. What be? Oh, they still have ammo too. Okay, this could be curtains, especially if they're able to get a volley or two into Dismounted Knights of Númenórean. But I think WK is making a big mistake here. Oh no, he's not. I was about to say he's making a big mistake leaving the ballista, but he's got some Evandem spears tying it up, so that's good. They should be able to do that job as long as they're not interrupted, which there's nothing, once again, there's nothing around to interrupt it. Apart from these mercenary cavalry, but you don't really want to be doing that. So I'd be a bit more active with this cav, but I've not really seen that name before too much, so he might not be too experienced, which is always a struggle to do this sort of management. Númenórean archers here, that heavy armor is going to be able to win the day up against the Evandem archers. So it'll be slow progress though. They don't have much of a damage value on them, especially with the sharpshooters coming in. Yeah, I would save the sharpshooter ammo there. But we got a charge here up against dismounted Forest-Aaron Knights. Good charge there, actually, really good charge. That's going to be helping them out. Sort of really broken that one charge there. Sort of dismantled that far right flank. The center, so if he's going to be able to come out and then come back into the center, then that could really turn things around. Those Starbad Warhammers have been fighting non-stop though, and they've been fighting some decent enemies. Whereas the Dismounted Knights of Númenórean, I really feel they've been going toe-to-toe with some lower quality guys. So WK seems to be gathering up his forces, leaving these elites by themselves in order to win elsewhere. Which I don't think is a bad idea. How's that ballista doing? Yeah, they're not going to be able to get that ballista remanned for a long time. Even if they do win that fight. Dismounted Knights of Númenórean coming to the back of the Númenórean archers. As I say, they were winning here, but they were just winning too slowly. So that's going to be them wiped out. And then some high damage sword and board coming into their backs. Númenórean sharpshooters though, this is definitely the target I'd be wanting to go for with the the Knights of Númenórean, but I think that's them out of ammo. Yep, that's them totally out of ammo now. Where's the other sharpshooters? I think they've been thrown into the fight here. Okay, good. So they'll smash their way through everything over here. So yeah, once again, he's gonna have victory on this flank. He's gonna have victory quite nicely. These Númenórean sharpshooters seem to just be trying to form up, but as much damage as I think they'll do to the Knights of Númenórean, they will just be getting fed to them. Looks like where have the Warhammers gone to? Okay, Warhammers got grabbed and they're sent up here to try and win the center. Which is, yeah, that's fair, I agree with that. Yeah, continuing to slam with the commanders. He's definitely, when you get cav superiority like this and the enemy isn't able to shoot you down, you need to just keep that up over and over and over again. We're at 83 for 76, so Arthedain has lost the advantage. And the Dismounted Knights of Númenórean are struggling here up against the Númenórean sharpshooters. Let's say it's that AP value coming into effect, but the morale, they're already shaken. They're losing troops so quickly. Let's say just about every slash from a Dismounted Knight is going to be killing one of these guys. So they're not going to last too long. And I think they will break. But will they hold out long enough for this force to come into effect? There's still pikes. Still 59 pikes. And late on in the game, pikes can be king because the enemy just don't have the troops to get around the side. They don't have the troops to push through you. So you need to fight together though. That's one of my favorite things about Cardolan aesthetically are the captains of every unit, like these Númenórean captains. I love that big, sword that they've got, and yeah, it's nice. Favorite looking unit though overall has to be the warden of Dern Gorthad. Yeah. The captain of the Warden, that red hooded guy with the great sword, just awesome. My favourite model, I think, in the game. So they've just been slicing through people here. You need a bit more mass to that phalanx, though. As I say, I think it's good that he's using it up against the elite units, but we need some men at arms or sharpshooters. We're coming in with some men at arms, but just provide a bit more rigidity to it. And it looks like Cardolan's won over here. Okay. So Cardolan has been victorious, and they're all converging now. 38 Warhammers versus how many knights? 37. Okay, that's a nice matchup. And as I say, I think that the Warhammers have suffered a few more blows than the knights have. Maybe those stinging strikes from the maces would have been a bit different, but we'll see. Arthedain commanders here, yeah, so that ballista crew's wiped out. The Arthedain commanders aren't going to be able to be as effective here now that these spearmen are about, and I think he's maybe, damn, he's trying to make use of them, but a bit risky there. He's thrown, that was a good charge, holy crap, I need to maybe use the Arthedain commanders. They're doing really, really well, but they're going to suffer a lot of damage for that. Wow. Look how many they killed there, that was insane. They're not even a Lancer unit. That's crazy stuff there. But still, Dismounted Knights of Númenórean really struggling there actually. And Tharbad Warhammers haven't even properly come into the fight yet. So yeah, with those 7 Arthedain commanders still lurking around, that's scary. Minhirath men at arms coming in here, sharpshooters. Under normal circumstances, my money would be on the peacekeepers. But just being surrounded like that, they're not going to last. They're not going to last forever. So we really have the elite of Arthedain, backed up by some of these Evendom guys, trying their best to hold out against the solid mid line of Minhiriath forces, and a few pikes just to poke and prod at the Knights of Númenórean. Tharbad Warhammers have not really suffered too much damage since the start of this little brawl, whereas the Knights of Númenórean, as I say, they've been dropping like flies. Still lurking around, yeah, still 5 of them left. Good morale on those Arthedain commanders, so you can mistreat them a bit. You can't, you've got to be careful. They're still cavalry at the end of the day. They're not going to want to be entirely surrounded, but you can do some silly stuff with them. But also, Dismounted Knights of Númenórean spread about here. Oh, this is the general. We're pretty close. Where's the general of Cardolan? He's all the way over there. It would be lovely if we could get a general versus general scrap going on, but I don't think that that's going to happen. What we got going on here? Maybe that could be kind of fun little. No, we'll get something with that. Tharbad Warhammer's just having a good time smashing through the Evendom spears. Good little charge. Couldn't really land a good mark on it. Let's see. It's quite sad just to see these guys and very sort of similar models, same heritage, very similar heritage, sort of having to fight each other in these desert plains. Wavering here. A break wouldn't be the end of the world because we just have so many more sharpshooters, but Cardolan may end up, the tide may turn. We still have so many, we've still got a lot of frames here. See, so these Tharbad Warhammers are just butchering their way through the spears. I don't think, oh god, that's a break. Yeah, this is maybe not so great, because we've got a good break there, and now we've got these stakes around. So if you can just hide amongst the stakes, those cav aren't really going to be able to be too active. I guess WK really wants to make sure these guys don't come back, because they likely will. But I'd want to grab them, maybe coming for a rear charge against the Tharbad Warhammers. You want to maybe save your peacekeeper. Oh god, so they broke them. Now the peacekeepers have just turned around to start smashing into the sharpshooters. So yeah, this is where the more elite feel of Arthedain comes into play. Cardolan, the reason I love them is because Cardolan have so many amazing tools, but the individual men are not, they're not exceptional. They're well armored, but they don't have the same battle hardened experience of Arthedain, the same desire to keep on fighting and so on. So it's this is maybe where it's going to shine through. Smash into the Tharbad Warhammers though. Yeah, as I say, the Tharbad Warhammers, I think they're going to butcher the Knights of Númenórean, but Just have to see. Alright, good stuff from the general. He's fighting his way ever so closer. Even if I could get a general versus like Plague Doctor, that'd be fine and dandy with me. Or just death. But yeah. His morale is still holding. Good for him. Yeah, you'd maybe want to try to just detach these spears and just go on a hunt, but doing that I think is going to break him. It's only one guy left though, so he can't do that much. Damn it, these Peacekeepers are going to win. Is it 2 units? It's 2 units of Peacekeepers and they've got a surround on these Sharpshooters. I think those Sharpshooters are about to break. I was counting it out for Arthedain. But still, these Knights of Númenórean are not going to win this fight. They've been going through the bloody wars for a while now. And I think it's going to be too much for them to just turn around and show up here. But if they can just hold back these Tharbad Warhammers, do a bit of damage to them, Peacekeepers are a good quality unit in their own right. So if the Peacekeepers can beat this and then flank around the side of the Tharbad Warhammers, these Effendem Spears are still standing. It's probably because they're so close to, you know, the morale buff of the Knights and the General, but that's exceptional. Slicing through again. General's getting so close now. Actually, where's the Arthedain General? I'm being blind, haven't I? Oh, there he is. No, he does look quite similar. He's not. Does have the big red cape though. Come on, boys. Just get one successful strike on each other, and I'll be chuffed to bits with that. Oops, it is. Sorry about banging the microphone again. It's always so much lower than I think it is. I just sort of talk with my hands and move them around when I get excited, so I just end up smashing it. Big scythe just cracking through that poor Knight of Númenórean. Let's see, all this AP damage and just being outnumbered is not good for the Knights of Númenórean. But they just have to hold out a little bit longer until the Sharpshooters all die. The Sharpshooters, of course, are receiving a morale buff from the Tharbad Warhammers, which is going to be keeping them in the fight just a bit longer. Come on, oh jeepers! Look how close they are now. I think one of these Tharbad Warhammers is going to kill the General. I think they're going to manage to kill the General before we get a General versus General duel. And Cardolan's General is just standing back. Just sort of, I don't know, whatever we want to say. He might be mocking his foe as he weakens before moving into the... Come on! He's moving in to kill him. He's moving in to wipe him out. Oh, this is cool. Come on. Yes! Oh, they're so close! Oh, and the Peacekeepers! We just turned around in time to see the Peacekeepers come in and slice the Cardolan General in the back. Oh, this is nice. Just kill this one more guy, and then you're face to face. He's down. Oh! Yes. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I don't know what to try and do with a screenshot here. Oh, that's so nice though. I'm just gonna be grabbing like 100,000 over there. Sorry about the screenshot noises. I'm just wanting to get something that looks really good. Yes, slashing him right in the back. The Cardolan General might lose here. Because the Cardolan General is just dealing with Peacekeepers left and right. Ah, nope. Tharbad Warhammers come in to try and save the day. Oh, dearie me. These two guys fighting like back to back. You would hope that they were doing it as brothers, but no. Enemies today. Oh yeah, it's also the captain of the Tharbad Warhammer looks so cool. But yeah, it's a little EP sword as well, of course. I think Arthedain's got this. Actually, do they? Still 18 guys left. How many knights are left? 2. If they drop this general, if these Peacekeepers manage to kill off that general, what's coming in here? 12 more. Oh my god! Okay, fucking sorry, once again smashing the mic. So that's Cardolan's general taken out. Okay. Tharbad Warhammers have good morale, but they don't have amazing morale. So losing the general like that's not going to be fun for them. It's now fallen down to the captain here, who's just trying to massacre his way through a few more militiamen who have him stun locked here. He's probably seen his general getting taken out. WK's coming around for the flank, which is important, definitely. Every little helps right now, because these Tharbad Warhammers are going to be killing their way through these guys. There's still, as I say, there's still 16 of them left, so they need to get these charges in. Good. 2 of them died there. 3 of them died from that charge alone. So that's a lot of damage very quickly. I don't know, man. Tharbad Warhammers are facing defeat. I think that'll stabilize though. once the kind of shock from that charge dies down,
In our favor.
the battle is swinging in our favour now. Jesus Christ. Wavering. Yeah. I think this is curtains. They're gonna run. Oh, one more down.
Victory will be ours.
Captain's still standing.
Victory is ours,
He's not
but only by a
broken.
sword's edge.
Jesus criminy. Well done, Evandem Spears. I'm really impressed with the Evandem Spears. I'm really impressed with like that battle overall. That's 96 for 97. Oh Jesus, man. So what we got going on here? Dismounted Knights of Númenórean actually Chad knots, getting almost 200 kills and fighting the bloody Tharbad Warmers at the end. Dismounted Forest Era Knights, as I say, I may not like them, but they held those Tharbad Warhammers in place for a really long time. That cannot be doubted, cannot be disagreed with really. But as I say, I'm not a massive fan of it. And the other one was charged by cavalry a few times, so fair. They did pretty well for themselves here. Men at arms overall, not bad. 120 is pretty good. You'd want to see more than, I don't know, 70, 80, 90. Yeah, it's okay. Arthedain men at arms, great, like good morale, especially in comparison to the Cardolan guys. So they held, they were standing, and they were a bit better than them, of course. Defenders there, spearmen. 18 is unfortunate though. You'd want a bit more than that, but still 40 is pretty damn good. Evandem Spears, though, glorious Evandem Spears. Definitely carrying the day. Got to be getting promoted up to Forest Era Defenders after this. But yeah, good stuff all around there. Oh, 240 from the Peacekeepers. Yeah, no, I was a huge fan of the Peacekeepers here. I think it really did show you the just the step above that the Peacekeepers are to the standard men at arms. How easily they were able to just butcher their way through. Even the sharpshooters who have that mace to crack into them, because they're Dunedain at the end of the day. They're not. They have this skill. They have they are a step above the standard man. So and they really showed that here. Arthedain marksmen, 100. The archers were getting a lot more kills than I was seeing actually. I guess they were just mincing their way through the pikemen, and even the Evandem archers, good stuff. And then they were doing okay in melee after that. Whoa, 179 from that. I'm sorry, I didn't spot that. I did not spot that 179 getting all those kills. But great for them, really, really well done. But no, sorry about that, missed that. And then 52 from the other. So that was some pretty solid stuff. I think yeah, that was. I think I'm gonna have this one be the last battle, because I was really fond of that. I really thought that was quite exciting. So I really nerded out a bit. So no, I'll have this one be my last battle of 0.97. Yeah, I think Cardolan didn't. If it wasn't for that, if he had saved his civilians, because civilians can do damage. They actually have, they've got half decent attack value. They just die like flies. Had they fought with the rest of the army, I know what he did. I know he charged them in there just to hold push the archers back, hold everybody in place when he did attack. But they just died like they died like flies really, and that's probably what really buffed out the archers' kills a bit. But yeah, still, maybe I don't know what, because he could have gotten rid of that. And then he's got 300. Could he have? He can't really buy anything for 300. You get like some of those two-handed axemen for like 420 something. But yeah, still. Oh, great! Really, that was awesome. I really like that one. It's definitely very exciting for a 1v1. Good little scenario. I like to think of these two armies probably on some sort of expedition. As I say, a disagreement between the commanders and a battle starting out there. Between the two generals that have fought side by side for so long. So yeah, but. I allowed myself to sort of get away with that, and I really, really loved that we got some general versus general fighting. That was cool. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. See ya.